What is going on, FA Nation? Jonathan Evans here with Howard Bender. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS Game Day Playbook Show. Today we're previewing the Wednesday 9-game main slate. Howard, my friend, how are we doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. We got an early start here for this slate, right? It's another one of those 6:40 p.m. Eastern time starts. So I'm, listen, I've kind of broken some stuff down. I've looked at some pitchers and some hitters that I like, and I'm ready to get going here. So thank you everybody for tuning in to the MLB DFS preview show. Hit that like and subscribe button, and look at Johnny's got the board all set. And here we go, man. We finally get to talk about Dylan Cease going up against these Angels.
We're not tricked this time by DraftKings board, who yesterday weren't sure who was starting for San Diego, so they just put all of the starters on there. We didn't realize that initially. But you know what? Go listen to yesterday's show so you can hear my breakdown of Cease against the Angels if you want that take. Right now, we have nothing more to say.
We don't. I mean, listen, he is the top pitcher priced on the board, and rightfully so. The Angels are terrible against right-handed pitchers. Cease has a phenomenal K rate, and his WOBA splits against are like super, super low. Like against lefties, like a 288 WOBA against Cease. So I'm totally in for that. I'm also in on Logan Gilbert against the Oakland Athletics. Another strong matchup here. If we can afford the extra top price guy.
Yeah. Again, we're willing to attack Oakland, more often than not. I know they have some guys in their lineup, and they've certainly done some damage against teams and pitchers we'd expect to dominate. Chris Sale, they handled over the weekend, but you can definitely run Gilbert out there. I think the biggest question for today is we have Paul Skeens, and we got him against the Dodgers lineup.
Nope.
No?
I'm just, you know what? I mean, I know that we've seen the Dodgers kind of falter a little bit. Who was it? It was,
someone just shut them out over with 9 strikeouts recently.
It was he was making his second start. I was talking about him. He threw 7 scoreless innings against. I mean, listen, it's Paul Skeens, and his numbers are absolutely fantastic. If he has any kind of struggles, it's against some right-handed hitters who are posting a 305 WOBA against him. It's great strikeout potential.
Yeah, even 305 WOBA is not great. Nothing special.
No. It's it's like middle of the road. It's not, it's not a strong number. It's not below 300, but it's not like 320. So anybody who's between 300 and 320, I kind of put right there in the middle tier.
I agree with you. I will say, obviously, as we're previewing this, there is some weather concerns around that area. Pittsburgh, Chicago, Cleveland, dealing with some rain potential impacting this game. I know my wife is out in Pittsburgh for work. They were actually going to go to the game on Wednesday, but due to the potential rain, they're going to the Tuesday game instead. So tough for her. She gets to go watch Glasnow and Jones instead of Skeens and Paxton there. But so you have to worry at least a little bit about the weather. Make sure you check that out because this is a 6:40 start. But yeah, some interesting spots here. Rodon against Minnesota. I don't really want to test Minnesota with Royce Lewis back in that lineup in Yankee Stadium. That scares me a little bit. Berrios has been a guy that I've played a lot this year. I'm not going to do that against Baltimore. That's kind of a tough matchup for him. So, I think pitching in some of these pitchers that are in these matchups, I'm, less than excited about some of these thoughts here.
I'm definitely less than excited about it. Taillon against the White Sox is something that you could kind of look at, although their lefty bats might ruin him. Gavin Sheets could have himself a big game. I don't love Paxton against Pittsburgh.
No.
At least right-handed bats will beat him up. I do like, and don't call me crazy, but I might be investing in Braxton Garrett going up against Tampa Bay. They are soft against left-handed pitching. And if you look at Braxton Garrett's numbers, he's not a big strikeout guy, right? It's less than 8K per 9 that he's sporting there, but his numbers do look good. He is a very, very good ground ball pitcher. So it helps keep the ball in the ballpark. I feel like that, he's like Zach Eflin's going to start opposite him, and he might be usable, but I don't know what kind of a pitch count he's going to be on.
Right.
So kind kind of looking at Garrett as my potential spend down here.
Yeah, again, there really isn't. It's not much. There's not much down here. You mentioned Eflin. Obviously, he was in some rough shape before going on the IL. Miami has been a team that we've been fine going after. Obviously, like they haven't been anything spectacular one way or the other offensively this season. So, but we do expect some level of limitations. Probably not going to go Suarez versus Toronto. Logan Allen against Kansas City, 66. You got Joey Estes against Seattle. Maybe there's some like strikeout potential here. I know that they talked about Spence on the live stream for Tuesday that Henry kind of brought up. Are we just chasing the Seattle matchup? He faced them already, 5 innings, 1 earned, 5 strikeouts in his debut. Would you run to Joey Estes here at 64?
I guess you kind of could, right? I mean, if you're gonna spend down, he struggles against left-handed hitters, and I don't really think that there is like that threatening of a lefty bat.
Luke Raley
in the.
I'm just saying, like that's it. I think like
you're adorable. You're adorable with your Luke Raleys.
That's the name.
But yeah, no, I mean that's really kind of where we're at. I mean, let me see if I can find
He's had 1 bad start this year, Joey Estes. Everything else, 15 or more fantasy points. Went into face Coors, Colorado, 7 innings, 93 pitches. So pitch count's not really a concern here. I think we could take a dart on Joey Estes here.
I think we could, right? JP Crawford, Josh Rojas, Cal Raleigh is a switch hitter. Sure. Luke Raley, like you said. Dominic Canzone, how you doing?
Yeah, no.
You're not a calzone guy, are you?
First of all, love calzones.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just calzones. A giant pizza hot pocket.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. It's amazing. That you get the Stromboli. I don't mind the Stromboli.
Stromboli's my jam, no doubt.
So listen, you're talking to a guy that worked in a pizza shop for like 10 years. So we know our way around some dough and things like that. So
I know my way around some ricotta.
Yeah, this is a body by calzone. So let's not be mistaken. All right. Anything else for you here at the
not pitching wise? Let's go to the tape.
Let's go to catchers, where we just look to spend down. So if we can find a value catcher that's in the lineup, we'll likely take a peek. I don't mind Grandal against Paxton at 3,100. Paxton still, I think he finally broke the walks per 9, strikes per 9 being the same, but it's still not like great numbers for James Paxton here. Obviously, lets a lot of men on base. xFIP's up over 5. Expected ERA is up over 5. Walks per 9, 4.85. K per 9, 5.3. So somehow this man is 5-0 despite all those atrocious numbers here. So, he's just due to eventually get blown up. So I'm fine giving Yasmani Grandal a look there against Paxton at 31.
Right, and they just brought back the Pirates just brought back Henry Davis as well, $100 cheaper. So, let's see who's behind the plate here for Pittsburgh. But yeah, we could definitely go with one of these guys against Paxton.
Yeah, I agree. So again, as usual, we'll be back again live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Myself and Howard Bender will be on that show, Howard, just so let you know in case you forgot. So we'll be here 4 p.m. Eastern time to update everybody on these lineups. So when we get them to catcher position, we can kind of evaluate a little bit better here. But generally, again, we are looking to spend down, save some money, find some value. At the first base position, we do have the Dodgers up top on this slate here. Vladdy.
I don't want to test it against Skeens. I mean, I like Skeens, but I might not use Skeens, but that doesn't mean that I'm like, I'm all in against him.
I feel like it's going to be one or the other with him in this matchup.
Sink or swim?
I do. I think either he lives up to the moment and they just he shuts them down, or like Betts, Ohtani, Freeman are like, welcome to the bigs, kid. And, show him, there are tiers to this game, and he's facing, the eventual NL champs. So, they're there. Again, I mentioned Vladdy Guerrero. He had homered the other day. He's starting to continue to stay hot. So I don't mind him against Suarez at $4,900. That one's fine by me. I don't almost ever play Salvador Perez, maybe at my own detriment because the man's hitting 315 with 10 homers and a 900 OPS. We've picked on Logan Allen a lot. If you're going to play some Royals today, getting a Perez, Bobby Witt stack going, like you'll have to find some value around it, but I think it could be done.
Naylor's got the lefty-righty split there against Brady Singer if you want to do that. I like, you got Anthony Rizzo going up against Chris Paddock.
Sure.
I think that's definitely an exploiting matchup that you can do.
Nathaniel Lowe against Kenta Maeda at 3,900.
Nathaniel Lowe against Kenta Maeda. Kenta Maeda, the second lowest priced pitcher on the slate. Like they are begging people to try him out. And I like going up against them with some lefty Texas bats.
Yeah, both pitchers in that matchup actually are the cheapest on the slate. Urania and Maeda there. So.
Urania.
Yeah, Urania. I mean, listen, we've been waiting for the downfall of this guy. 4 straight games and a homer allowed. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk Matt Vierling in a little bit. There's not much, obviously, in Detroit that we're super stoked to plug into some lineups here, but might have to be the case given the matchups here. I don't get anything else for value, though. I think that might be the cheapest we go with Low here.
Yeah, or you could go down to Gavin Sheets against Tyone. I mean, he does suck against left-handed pitching, so left-handed hitters. So
sure.
I'm not gonna just completely hate on it, but yeah, okay, we can move off of that. If you don't want to have any interest in Toronto cleanup hitter Dan Vogelbach,
not especially.
Second base.
Yeah, second base we go. I miss Lamonte Wade. I think that's what the real problem
is. That what it is? You're upset about no Lamonte Wade.
Yeah, the Giants aren't on the slate, but he's also on the IL, so it kind of hurts. Semion's 52, Westberg 51, Jimenez 5K. Your top 3 priced plays here. Where are you looking at second here, Howard?
I mean, listen, Semion's obviously always in play. I don't mind that, but I mean, listen, if Davis Schneider is going to be leading off against Suarez, if we're going to use Vladimir Guerrero, maybe we get a little Davis Schneider into that. Gleyber Torres against Paddock, I think that's a good spot for us. How is Nico Horner still down? Every time you and I do a show, they bump Nico Horner's price up by only $100. So against Eric Fetty, I'm okay with that one for sure. Yeah. I could also look at a little Nick Gonzalez going up against James Paxton.
I like Nick Gonzalez here, actually. That's a good call out. Again, he's a former first-round pick of a few seasons ago, one of the better prospects in the Pirates organization. Coming up and kind of hitting right away. So, yeah, 4K for Gonzalez. That's fine. They took Cronenworth's first base eligibility away, but if you want to go him at second against Soriano at $4,100, I think you can also check that play out there. Let's see.
There's nothing really else sitting down here.
IKF. I'd be willing to keep going to IKF at 33.
You love going. Once you lock in, you're like a terrier on like somebody's ankle. Like all of a sudden, it's like if the guy starts hitting a little bit, you're like, nah.
It's DFS.
Value.
You got to ride out the streaks in DFS, right? So if they're not going to move the price tag, and you're going to get a value play that keeps hitting, like you gotta play them, right?
Got to do it. Nobody else down below though, really in the in this range, the value range.
Nope, not for me. Third base has Jose Ramirez, a returning Royce Lewis. He's in the lineup on Tuesday for Minnesota. Westberg with the dual positional eligibility there at 5K. If you want to spend up, you can. Obviously, Ramirez versus Singer, $6,300. Is an elite spot, but we mentioned Vierling earlier. He's 4,200 against Urania here. Could find myself probably just plugging that spot in.
Yeah, I probably like using Vierling as well. I mean, I had him in the fantasy baseball stock watch video. I believe I also had him in the waiver wire article as well. So, I'm in on that. How about Josh Smith? At 4K, this dude's been batting like third or fourth in that lineup now. They've moved him up. I love the lefty bat. There's not a lot of power in here, but he's moving he's like helping churn out runs for Texas.
Yeah, 100%. Again, not a ton of power, but there's some extra base ability there, a couple steals. But he's going to be in opportunities to drive in runs, especially against righties on the mound. So Yeah, that's fine. 4K. We've played a lot of him this year. Brian Hayes hits lefties pretty well. He's 41. Pittsburgh does have a lot of power against left-handed pitching. I think they're I'm going to pull it up real quick, but I'm pretty sure their ISO was like 160, 170 as a team against left-handed pitching on the year, which is pretty damn good.
Pittsburgh right now against left-handed pitching. It's
158 now.
158 ISO with a 314. Yeah, their strikeouts have been crazy. It's so funny.
Yeah, they strike out a lot. 10th highest ISO against left-handed pitching on the season there. So again, look at Paxton and the way he's been pitching lately. You kind of wonder with those walks if he's due to eventually get hit up there. So let's see, what else do we got down here? Any value plays, Howard, for you?
No, I just got all the way down to Danny Mendick here.
Yeah, there's nothing. Again, you can play IKF dual position eligibility, but that's about it. Shortstop, Bobby Witt's up at top at 61. Gunner against Berrios at 6K. Mookie 59. Seager 57. Your top four.
Yeah, Seager at 57 right there. Just to save some money, knowing that it's a lefty bat. I mean, this dude hit 8 home runs in an 8-game span.
Yeah,
looked absolutely. He's completely dialed in right now. So if I'm spending up that kind of money and nobody's got any faith in Maeda, I mean, listen, Bobby Witt against Logan Allen. Yeah, okay, that's great. But Gunner against Berrios, solid. Betts against Skeens. I don't necessarily know if I want to touch it. Seager, I do want. Volpe against Paddock. I do like that as well.
Yeah, I like Volpe a lot. 49. Correa gets Rodon at 43. Bichette 42 is fine for me there as well.
Yep.
Good matchups for them.
Swanson against Fetty at 35 is probably a decent price. Swanson's been okay.
Yeah, I like Dansby Swanson at the price tag for sure.
But then then you just drop off a cliff.
Yeah, there's nothing much here. There's nothing much here for value. Maybe we'll find it in the outfield. If we go up to the top guys, again, we know the usual suspects. I feel like we want some Judge or Soto against Paddock in Yankee Stadium. They're both up over 6K though, so you will need to find the right value to get him in there. Riley Green's been cold, but you got against Urania here. He's been hotter lately. Had been cold coming out of a series against Boston. No shocker. Has 3 hits and 2 hits in 3 straight games. So maybe coming alive at the right time as he draws a matchup against Urania.
Yeah, definitely. A little further down the list, I like Bellinger against Eric Fetty. Let's see what happens with Luis Robert with his first at bat. Obviously, White Sox Cubs hasn't happened yet, but Luis Robert just got back into the swing of things.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, Santander, not bad. I wouldn't, hate on that. How about Seiya Suzuki against Eric Fetty? I like that as well.
Sure. Dalton Varsho's $4,500. Steve Kwan's 45. We were kind of laughing earlier in the year when he's up over 5K, and we're like, why is he priced this high? Now that he's kind of more reasonably priced, I'm okay going Kwan here against Singer.
Yeah, I could do that. I could definitely do that. I like Brian Reynolds against Paxton. I think that's a nice spot there.
Sure. Verdugo's 43. Let's see. Connor Joe against the lefty has always been a good spot.
Oh, that's always a nice spot too.
All right.
Are we stacking Pirates? We're not using Skeens against the Dodgers, but yet we're stacking Pirates against James.
I don't think we're going to stack against him, but 41 is a decent price tag there. Let's see. Willie Castro hits lefties pretty well. I don't know if you want a 10th Rodon there at 41. Let's see. Value plays. Springer's 37.
Springer's 37. That's not a bad spot. Springer could end up getting that, leadoff spot back if he keeps hitting.
Yeah, much better lately. Jackson Merrill against Soriano's 36. Wyatt Langford $3,600.
Yeah, there you go. Now we're talking here. We got some really nice options. Nelson Velasquez against Logan Allen. That's definitely in play.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Let's see here. Edward Olivares is someone I've called out before. He does have some good numbers against southpaws. Overall, I know the numbers don't look great, but his splits against lefties are pretty good. He's probably finds himself in the lineup against Paxton at 33. I don't mean to just keep mentioning Pirates, but just calling him out there.
Akil Baddoo, lefty bat against Jose Urania.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate that at all. But now as we like, I'm like going down further. I've hit Mickey Moniak, and I'm not liking that too much. Pete Crow Armstrong, if you want to do that lefty bat, there's a possibility. And now I just reached Calzone, so I don't know if we'd even bother going down further.
Agreed. All right, let's build a lineup then.
Let's do it.
Let's see. What were we? Are we gonna go Joey Estes here? Do we take the value and spend up on like a Cease here, or what are we thinking?
I would say either Cease or Gilbert, and then let's pay all the way down. We could pay down to Braxton Garrett. If you don't like Garrett, then yes, we could pay further down there to Estes.
All right, let's go Garrett then, and we'll go Cease for now. And if we need the money, we'll move. So catcher, you mentioned either Pittsburgh guys here with Davis or Grandal. We'll go Davis. They're $100 cheaper, so we'll
sure.
go there. First base. What do we want to do here?
Well, I think you seem to be leaning a little bit towards Vladdy Jr.
I do like the Blue Jays today.
Or we could go with like a Rizzo Soto kind of double tap the Yankee lefty bats against Paddock.
Rizzo's been so bad though.
Yeah, he has been. I give you that.
I do like Nathaniel Lowe. Let's do Lowe against me.
Oh yeah, Nathaniel Lowe, right?
Yep. All right, so we have that in there. Second base. We liked Horner or Nick Gonzalez.
Nick Gonzalez, we liked him. If we want to, do we want to get some Pittsburgh bats in there? We keep talking about.
We have two Pittsburgh. We have Davis and Gonzalez. I don't know. We might get Connor Joe in the outfield. We'll see where we go. You mentioned Josh Smith. We can go that with Nathaniel Lowe.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's see. Shortstop Swanson 35 maybe.
We could do that if you want to go down there. You don't think we can afford Seager?
Yeah, we could try Seager. Seager's 4K. That's fine. I was either going to go Soto or Seager. So,
wait. Did we go? Yeah, I'm not even looking at the right screen. We went Cease and Garrett.
We went Cease and Garrett. Yes.
I'm thinking maybe we go Estes instead of Garrett, okay. just to save even more money, because then that puts us at, if you put Seager in there, it gives, and there you go. Ooh, 3,500.
Yeah, we could probably make this work. Let's see.
That's tight.
$3,500. Did we have a cheap outfield down here? Is Nick Gordon going to keep playing?
I don't want to go to Nick Gordon.
Okay.
We could get another Rangers bat in there. And
what about a one-off Renfroe? He's been hitting the ball a little bit better lately. Gets a lefty.
You want to go all the way down there?
Well, you don't have to
go all the way down there.
Well, we have two $3,500 players, so we can go Gavin Sheets against Tyon. We can do Olivares against Paxton, as I mentioned. Just get another Pirate in there. There's really not a lot of value in the outfield.
There's not a lot of value in the outfield,
especially at 3,500. So, like, I mean, it could pain me, but maybe we pivot off of Soto then, or we just go to Gilbert instead of Cease.
But then we're going. Well, then it's a cash game lineup, though.
Oh yeah, because we got the pitchers going against each other.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Let's see. Where do we want to go? I'm looking down.
Let's do this. Let's get off. We'll go IKF here. Off Nick Gonzalez. It gives us 3,850 an outfielder. Let's see. I guess anything better gives us Springer and a 4K outfielder.
What about? I'm looking down further in the outfield. I'm kind of like scrolling through here. I found, Austin Hayes is back in the lineup.
Yeah,
that's against.
He homered twice yesterday.
Yeah, I know, right? He's 2,300.
Obviously, it's not like the right split against Berrios, but
no, it's definitely not the right split against Berrios. I'm just looking for, like, even if we were to like throw it away, and
Jankowski crack a lineup here. It's Maeda.
Jankowski cracked the lineup. I don't know if he did or not.
I wonder if he would play. He played on the second. He's obviously a platoon guy. But a lefty on the mound, though, yeah. I mean, righty on the mound, he might get in the lineup here. 2,200. David Peralta, is he playing for the?
I think he's
terrible.
dead.
It's been terrible. And that's not a ton of value for that jam. We might have
Not
to
a ton of value
might have
at
to move
all.
up Soto. Or Seager. Pick one. Soto or Seager.
I can't have both. You're so mean.
You can,
right,
but then you just have
Soto. Take out Soto. Go ahead.
Well, we can, but then you're gonna have to live with like Oliveras and.
All right. Well, you take out Soto. That gives us 4,400 per player.
Well, taking out Soto gives us 4,600 per player.
Oh, you paid down to IKF. I still have Nick Gonzalez in my lineup there. Yeah. Go back to Nick Gonzalez. Go to 44.
Okay.
I'd rather use Gonzalez than IKF.
Sure. That's fine. All right, 4,400 for 3 outfielders.
So that definitely opens up some options there. We could get Veerling into the lineup. We could go with Connor Joe in here if you wanted to.
On a $4,900 spend up, which is let's see, Seiya versus Fetty.
Oh, I don't mind that.
Okay, that works with a one-off Seiya Suzuki. $300 left over. Estes, Cease, Davis, Lowe, Gonzalez, Smith, Seager, Verling, Joe, and Seiya Suzuki. So we got a Pittsburgh Rangers stack. One off Verling, one off Suzuki there with Cease and Estes. Again, an example lineup. Howard and I will be back live at 4 p.m. Eastern time with some lineups, some updated weather news as well. So we'll be figuring out whether or not any of these players are going to be impacted by rain. And then we'll rebuild the lineup, answer your questions, get you all ready for the day's slate that will lock at 6:40 p.m. Eastern time. We appreciate you all tuning in again. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that share button over, subscribe button over on YouTube and X. We appreciate the help, and we will catch you all later at 4 o'clock.